Good evening, students. In few minutes, the resource person will be joining, ma'am. Uh, Good evening, Sasmita, ma'am. Am I
Yeah,
audible, ma'am?
hello. Yeah, hello, ma'am.
Yeah, I have made you as
Am I
a
audible
co-host.
now? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You're audible. So I'm just waiting for Ramalakshmi, ma'am, to join, ma'am. Uh,
Okay. Yeah.
just 2 minutes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. You can start, ma'am.
Good evening to all. I take pleasure in welcoming the resource person for today's talk on AA plus skills equal to placements, getting ready for 2026 industry ready skills. So the today's resource person is B. Sashmita. She is the founder and CEO of Ram Techlink Private Limited, located in Chennai. She is basically an AI engineer, having vast experience in developing projects using generative AI, agentic AI, and also uh, uh, applications to various industries. So I take immense pleasure in welcoming all the students and all the faculty members for this session, and I invite B. Sashmita for the to take over the session. Sashmita, over to you. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Thank you for
Thank
the
you.
introduction, ma'am. Yeah. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thanks for the lovely introduction. Moving to your fourth year, right? Yeah. Let me quickly share my screen. Is my screen visible?
No, ma'am. It is saying double click to enter full screen mode, but it is not visible.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's visible, ma'am.
Yeah. It would be nice if all the students can join this via entering this code in menti.com, or you can also use your mobile phones to scan this QR. So I want this next 1 hour to be as much as interactive as possible. So it would be nice if students can join this presentation by using the QR code, or you can also join by using the code that is displayed. You can just enter menti.com and just you can put that code that is displayed. I can see. Oh, okay.
Students actively scan the QR and share your views, ma'am.
I can see 8 of the students have entered the PPT. Oh, yeah. So all of you are saying it's a no, that AI will not replace your jobs. Okay. I'll wait until the response become 100%. So why do you think that AI won't replace your jobs? I'll come back to this question again. I can see one yes. Yeah. Okay, let's move to the next question. So which AI do you use frequently?
ChatGPT, ma'am.
So I hope most of ChatGPT. Yeah, it would be nice if you can type it. Let's see all the responses. Okay, ChatGPT by default. So you don't use any other AI tools? Like, don't you use Claude for code development? Lovable AI. So is it only ChatGPT? So do you guys use anti-gravity cursor? I can see only 3 of you have responded, but 14. We have 15 participants now. So it's only ChatGPT. You don't use any other AI tools. Is it so? Okay. So when it comes to your mind, what comes to your mind? Hear the words.
Yes, students, you can unmute and you can speak, ma.
Sorry, I went in the middle due to network issues. Yeah. So when it comes to placements, the word that comes to your mind is only AI. So it's not about assessments. Okay. What else comes to your mind? Job, coding. Nice. Salary. That's a very honest answer. People often think about salary. Aptitude round. Okay, money. Okay, let's go to the next question. Tension. That's a nice answer and a honest answer. People lose most of their, what to say, they lose most of their jobs only because of this tension. So people also know job security. They talk about location, student to corporation. That was nice. Communication skills. Okay, now let's go to the next slide. Student type are you? Are you someone who will say, I'll start preparing tomorrow? Like keep on like postponing things. Or are you someone who watch placement reels but won't study? Or are you someone who like try to learn at least 10 tools a day or still figuring out life? So which type? Oh, we have all types of students. It's like all one. So we have two equal, which is like watching placement reels but not studying. And we also have like learning 10 AI tools. Every week you learn 10 AI skills. To be honest, that's nice, guys. Okay. Next, how many tabs are open on your laptop right now? Or if you're in your phone, just tell me in Chrome how many is open. 16 to 30. My God. Okay. We even have people who have 30 plus open. 6 to 15. Okay. So how frequently do you search for a job? You never did. Oh, you do daily. Sometimes you do. So I can see the people who are looking for a job daily is so high. Okay, let's come to this later. So I would like to give some before starting. So that was just a ice-breaking session that we had. So from what I have from the responses that you have given, I can see like most of you are still afraid about placements and are still having a little bit of tension. But to be honest, I think this is a very good opportunity for us. And being coming from the CS background and having some little amount of CS knowledge that we do have from what other courses that we have taken and the tests that we have gone through. With all these things, if you ask me whether we will get placed, to be honest, and the honest answer is the chances of getting placed only depending on your college materials or college textbook is just 5%. What you have learned is just 5%. How much practical knowledge you have matters a lot. So that is what we mean a skill. Learning is common with everyone. You can learn anything. You can use an AI tool every day, but knowing how it works matters in today's job world. So, coming from a AI background, I can see there is a lot more AI opportunities that's open now. But all that the industry is looking for is basically the skilled person in that. AI will never replace your jobs, but the people using AI will definitely do it. Great video on that. Um, yes, so if you take in today's MNC companies and also the all the startups that's running, they use AI. We won't say like we won't use AI, and we won't say if you're using ChatGPT or if you are using a AI tool, it's not like we won't get recruited. But understanding how it works matter a lot. And is my voice breaking? Hello?
No.
No, okay, fine. Because it was like coming out in the middle, that's why. Yeah. So I was just saying, understanding how AI works matter a lot in today's world. So let's get into our today's topic without further ado. So first, talking about how to become industry ready with all the AI we have and how with all the skills that we have. First, whatever job that you're applying for, you should first understand what is its requirement and what the recruiter actually wants. So let's say you are a person who is really strong in ML and um machine learning data analytics part, and you are applying for a tester role. Obviously, you won't get a job because your strengths and everything is all aligned to a data analyst or a data engineer role. And you applying for a tester makes no sense. So you should always be clear on to which role you are applying for and what the recruiter actually wants. And you have to like always redesign your resume according to it. For example, you have some 10 to 15 companies that may come to your college, and you can also have companies that's regularly coming to your college, but you should not use the same resume template for all the companies. You should keep on editing it according to the recruiters according to the recruiters want. So that is the first thing. You should always know what's the job market reality. And in today's world and in today's job market, we don't see AI as a separate subject. We don't see AI as something that only CS students should study. AI is only for the AI/ML students or AIDS students. AI is something like a day-to-day life. It's like how important math or how important um, a basic calculation that you do, how important is for you to know all these basic calculation is similarly how important to know how to use the AI tools. First thing is knowing a AI tool. And second thing is how to use it effectively to get your job work done. And third thing, if you are looking for a developer perspective roles, you should also know how to develop it, how it is being like designed. So that is the first thing that everyone should know. And the second thing, AI has your career accelerated because AI is nothing but that's going to like make your works very, very simple and very, very quick. Since uh before if so I would like to take it as two different era, before AI and after AI. So before AI, if you see, all the deliverables that the client will expect will actually take some 2 years or 1 year project that we will usually do. But in today's world, if we have a client that coming in or if we have a new project that's coming in, the firstly every project is like it's scheduled between 2 months to 6 months. There are even projects that are winding up in 1 month. So if you ask me like whether a human alone can do it entirely, it's not that way. It doesn't work that way. We all have AI accesses, and we need to know is like how to properly use it. I still see people and students who still chat with ChatGPT and AI just like if it's their brother, or if it just like if it's their um companion, a daily companion. They say, "Hi, da, hi, bro. What's I have this doubt, bro." So that's not the way that you actually talk to a AI. So there are very important thing is basically you should know how to use that AI. That's where the prompt engineering comes into place. That's very important thing. And then is the skill stack that gets you hired. So not only using AI matters a lot, but also the tech stack, the technical tech stack, I mean. So that is also very, very important. For example, if you are in a project, AI can code in all different languages, but telling it which one will perfectly work for it matters a lot. And only a human can do it. Only a human can plan it very properly than a machine itself. And then even you do a lot of works, you win a lot of hackathons, you have a very good resume. What matters very important is how you project yourself in front of the recruiter. So you have a very good profile, you have a very good resume, you have a very good portfolio, but presenting it properly to the recruiter matters a lot. So that's the next very important step that you all should be like putting your so much of effort. And then always have a plan. Always start today and never postpone to tomorrow, because you are in your final years and we still don't have much time. Always utilize the first companies that's coming to your college, and always look into the companies that are aligned with your strength. So that matters a lot. So if you want, you can't get placed with 1 day preparation. So you need a consistent preparation. So always being a final year student, we should always put our fullest effort to get placed. So these are the day-to-day things and the things that we'll be covering in today's session. And then so the 2026 job market reality is basically there are 40 percentage of entry level tasks now AI assisted. Yes. So 40 percentage is entirely AI assisted. And we have 3x demand for AI literate graduates. We don't want people who say, I know coding. I can do this completely without AI. It's not that. It's also like who we are looking for people who actually says, I know all these things and I can also provide you all these deliverables on time with AI. And I also know how to use AI. I'm an AI literate. So the AI literate graduate, the term itself means a lot. So there is a high demand for the AI literate graduates, which is 3x. And then 78 percentage of recruiters prioritize portfolio over degree. So let's say we also have people who have arrear. We also have people who had history of arrears before. But your marks, but your grades doesn't matter to us. All that matters to us is your portfolio and your resume and how you're going to project yourself to us. The way how confident you are, how technically strong you are. Because after AI, I can see a lot of students are not spending much time on their knowledge. They're like completely relying on AI. Even the college project assignments to whatever work that's being assigned to them, even if they want to know a little bit of something, they use ChatGPT, they use Gemini, they use all the AI tools. They don't invest on their knowledge. So we want people who also invest on their knowledge. That's uh that's where there is a very huge gap. People actually don't have the right skill and they blame the job market, saying like the job market is very poor, so I didn't get placed. And they also like blame AI, saying like AI is there, so only because of that I didn't get placed. So always never try to blame something. Being a final year student, it's also very important to have that responsibility to invest on our knowledge than investing on something else. So what the takeaway is basically, always don't, it's that till your third year you should have definitely like put your fullest efforts in getting a good grade. That's actually appreciable. So from now you should start focusing on your skills. Always remember, companies hire for demonstrated skills and not for marks. And AI tools are mandatory, it is also not optional. And if you have a very good soft skill, which means how you present yourself along with your technical skills, that's a winning combo. So, this is what is very, very important. And then, so AI as your career accelerator. So how you should use AI to like uh improve getting your jobs is basically, first for coding, just try to use GitHub first, because GitHub is very, very important. You should never say that you are a developer until or unless you have deployed something. Everyone codes. Even a kid who learns a Python or a C or a C++ can code. So which doesn't mean that they are a developer. They know coding. You can say I know coding. But when you become a developer is basically when you know to start from the starting, which is the planning stage, the designing stage, and then take it till to the deployment stage. So deployment is basically a very big gap between the freshers and the experienced. So you should also know the deployment process. And GitHub is one of the important thing that most of the companies use to have the version control of all their projects. So please do use GitHub. And then I would also recommend using Cursor or Claude for coding and not ChatGPT. And if you want to do a research, obviously you should definitely know to use a Perplexity, Notebook LM, and a ChatGPT. And if you want to design your resume, then you can use Canva AI, and even you can use Figma AI if you are aspiring designer. You can definitely use that. And for productivity, I would definitely suggest Notion AI along with Gemini and Claude. And very importantly, we all use lead code for interview preparation, but I don't know whether you know a lead code AI which can help you with your interview preparation completely. And also, there is something called interview.ai, which can also help you with your entire preparation. And even when you do a lot of things, when you yourself feel like you are technically strong, what actually says about you is your resume, that one page resume. So you should always make sure that your one page resume is up to date. So I'll also share a quick resume on how you should design your resume and how it should look to get hired very quickly. So to do a resume, you can use Kick Resume, Resi, or Teal. And very importantly, in today's job market, if you ask me which language is very important, Python or should you learn C++ or C hash? The important language to me, if you ask me which language is important for a developer today, is English. Because English is very, very important because all the and everything falls works only with English. So try to be very good with that. And then yeah. And then the technical skills and the human skills that the recruiters will actually look for. So talking about the language, you can be technically you can learn any of these languages, but make sure according to the job. For example, if the recruiter is looking for a machine learning or an AI engineer, then try to have Python in it. So if you are applying for a bank-based company like a Citi or a Fidelity or Barclays, if you're applying for companies like bank-based, try to have Spring Boot or Java in your resume. And obviously, we should all know DSA. DSA is very, very important because you're, even though when I say AI matters a lot, it happens only when you enter the industry. But before entering the industry, we definitely have the technical interviews and the aptitudes. So if you want to clear your technical interviews and the aptitudes, you should definitely know the DSA. And cloud is very, very important. At least try to have a global certification, or even if you don't have a global certification, at least try to put your little bit of time in learning Azure or AWS. You have various certifications. The certifications that I would recommend is AI 900 and AI 102. If it is AWS, you can again do AWS AI fundamentals. So this can also boost up your resume saying like you are a certified and you're a certified AI learner and you also know a little bit of cloud. And the next very important thing is Git and version control. You should also put your little bit of efforts in learning that. And then comes the very important thing, which is your database. So talking about the database, it's up to you guys and up to the stack that's being used in the industry. So I won't say like stick to SQL or stick to MongoDB. So it's completely to your interest. And then as the REST APIs on the system designs, you definitely need a tool like integrate your backend and the front end. So if you are a person who is like very good in your technical skills but lag on your human skills, again you will fail in the interviews. So you need to be balanced between these two. So investing your full time only on technical skills is of no use. So you should also invest a little bit of your skills in the humans as well, the human skills as well. So in that, you should basically know how to communicate properly, how to present yourself, and then matters your critical thinking. So when a problem is thrown to you, how good are you in proposing a solution? And problem solving under peer pressure, team collaboration, and then adaptability and learning agility. Because your learning will never stop. Maybe you may think after completing my degree, everything is done. But it's not that way it works. We have AI now. We may have another robotics that may coming up in the future, but your learning should never stop. You should always keep your learning going on because that's how you can sustain this fast growing industry. So you should always have a learning agility. And then networking and personal branding. Guys, this is something that it's very, very important for which you have to give your fullest time. I hope you are all in LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a very good platform to do your networking. Try to, so let's say you have a company that's approaching you. Immediately search for that company, try to know, like you can stalk that company, what project it has done in the recent times. You can also have a similar project in your resume. And also what you can do is you can connect to the people, you can connect with your alumni who is already working in that company, get them their experience, and also can get to know a lot before even giving your interviews. And personal branding is again very important. So as a college student, I would recommend having a personal branding through LinkedIn and your GitHub, even through your lead code as well. Have very good portfolios through which you can personally brand yourself, and you can put in your LinkedIn saying I'm a like a code chef, You can have these kind of things through which you can personally brand yourself and improve your connections. And very, very important skill is AI prompt engineering. So this, I have put this in human skills because uh, AI prompt engineering applies to everyone. Everyone in the industry should definitely know how to use AI. So if you want to know how to use AI, the first thing is you should know how to instruct the AI. So that process of instruction is basically called the prompt engineering. The various types of prompt engineering, but since this is just a like word to word that we are having today, I'm not going technically deep inside on how to do your prompting types. And then, what kind of portfolio should you have to impress your recruiter? So this is very, very important. Uh, you can even take a screenshot if you want. So the first thing is have at least one AI powered web application end to end, because the portfolio that I'm giving now applies for any jobs that you're going to apply. Even if you're applying for a software developer, this is very useful. And if you're applying for an AI engineer, this is very useful. So this is a standard project template basically. So at least have one AI powered web application with deployment. Okay, so build something with a ChatGPT or Claude, that's fine. You can also use an LLM API, but also try to design. The system design is where a manual work is needed. Try to do that. And then the data analysis dashboard. At least have a data analysis dashboard. Like try to take a real data set, use Python and Tableau, get some beautiful insights, and have one project related to it. And also try to have one open source contribution. You can see Hugging Face. You should have known Hugging Face by now. So try to use Hugging Face. Also try to use GitHub. Take one repository, do some little amount of contribution, thereby telling the user that you have experience contributing to a already developed project. And then have internship projects in your resume, or even if you do a freelancing, you can even put your freelancing related projects. And then matters a lot is your LinkedIn post. So for that, through which you will be branding yourself, right? So you should at least link your LinkedIn and or GitHub, or even if you're a blogger, right, telling like doing some technical things, you can even put your blog link also in that. And then, how should you plan your 30-day action plan? So let's say you have all the companies coming to your way in the next 1 month. So this is how you should like separate and like put your fullest effort. First, list your current skills honestly. Be honest and rank your skills. And then set up the GitHub, LinkedIn, and LeetCode. And pick one AI tool and try to practically use it, because ChatGPT and Claude, Gemini, these are not the only AI tools that we have in the market. Various AI tools that can optimize. For example, to do presentations, you can use Teacher, you can use Claude to do your presentation. And if you want to make a Google Forms instantly, you can also use Brisk Teaching. So similarly, we have a lot of AI tools. Try exploring AI tools. And then define your target role or company. So which company you want and which role you're applying for matters a lot. So do this within the first week. And in the second week, complete one online project and then do 5 DSA problems a day. Even if you're not able to do a day, you can at least keep it for a week. One DSA a week you can do. And write one LinkedIn post about your learnings. You can do a 30-day challenge. You can do a 15-day challenge, thereby like making people view your LinkedIn account, and then contribute to one open source repository. And by the third week and the fourth week, you should have a list of things that you have already done. List it down in a polished way and apply for 5 to 10 companies. And very importantly, if you have already participated in a hackathon, that's way and good. Winning doesn't matter, but your participation matters a lot. So you can also participate with that. And also you can take mock interviews with your peers or with AI itself. So you can ask ChatGPT to do an interview, can ask ChatGPT to rank and provide feedbacks to your resume. And always remember The closing statement is AI won't replace you, but someone using AI will. With this, I'm not closing. I would like to take a short break in answering your questions, and I will again come back with the events. And yeah, so let's have some questionnaires still about the presentation I did for now. Again, I'll provide you with some AI hackathons, the AI skill fest that's going to happen, through which you can also get an opportunity to enter MNC companies. Any questions? If not, like, can I start continuing with the other topics?
Students, if you have any queries, you can freely ask, ma. Feel free to ask.
Okay, if you're hesitant to ask, let's keep it this way. I'll share the Mentimeter again. So you can ask your questions here. I'll be able to answer through it. So this is anonymous. No one knows like who is asking this question. So can I take it as no questions? So I've shared two links in your chat. So if you can open that, that is basically the AI skill fest that's hosted by Microsoft. So if you get a chance to clear all the levels of that, you can win a free pass, and there are various uh, perks that's given as a part of this hackathon. So through this, what you can basically do is that you get a free voucher through which you can attend any of the AI uh, global certification, Azure global certification for free. So this can boost your resume a lot. Also, they are conducting a hackathon called the AI League Hackathon. So if you get a chance to win it, there is a high chance of you to give an interview to Microsoft. So that this is a very big opportunity. I hope this can help most of you to get into AI if you are a aspiring AI engineer. So I can see a few questions. Until now, I didn't complete DSA prep. But if I start now, is it okay, ma'am? It's definitely fine. DSA concepts aren't huge and it's very, very easy. There are some 5 to 6 concepts that you need to learn, just the tricks. Just learn it. And I'm pretty sure it won't go more than a week to just to learn the concepts. And even if you learn, it's more about how much time you spend on solving it practically. So that matters a lot. Okay, we also have another question. I have strong background in software development life cycle, good in technical and promoting, interested to learn more. What's learning and growth mindset? Tell one tip to me, ma'am. So since you said you have good knowledge on software development life cycle, which is a very good strength to be a software developer. So one tip is basically try to have as much as projects that you can have, and also try to um like have deployment related things, have some little bit of knowledge on Docker, how Docker is working, how you can Kubernetes, you can even use Kubernetes. You can learn something about Azure and AWS that can help you a lot. I also have another question. Is it something particular to learn DSA concepts only in Java, or is it okay to learn DSA in Python? So I'm open, so you can learn any languages, but the language is aligned to the role that you are applying for. So if you want to become a AI or a data analyst, do it in DSA and Python. So if you want to get into a core software developer, do it in Java. So that depends on the role that you're applying for. So it's not like you should be aligned only to one language. It depends on the role that you're applying for. Only based on that, you can choose your language. So any other questions? Okay, I can see one question in the chat. So, ma'am, how to build ATS friendly resume? So, I hope you all know what is an ATS. So, you have a screening process and you get a resume score for that for the job that you are applying for. So, I'll give you a resume template now. Try to put all your resumes in that because that has a ATS score above 90. Uh, Give me a minute. I'll quickly share that also in the chat.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am. I think her connection got cut.
let me check, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Ma'am, she is facing some network issues. She will join.
Okay, ma'am.
I'm so sorry. My internet was breaking a lot. So yeah, we were talking about the resume, right? So in the resume, if you the first thing that you all should have is a short summary. So always start with a summary first, and then always make sure your resume doesn't go beyond a page. So always make sure it's always in one page. And at least try to have two to not at least you should have 3 to 4 projects in your resume. So that's how it should work. And let me quickly share a sample resume with you all so you can have a little bit of clarity on that. So let me share my screen. It says the sharing is not turned on. Can someone accept my sharing request? Yeah,
Yes, ma'am. I have given you.
yeah. Thank you, ma'am. So this is a sample resume. I hope it's visible to everyone. So you can say first try to give your name and then try to give the role that you're applying for along with your mail ID, mobile number. Make sure everything is clickable in that. And then have a short summary. And then comes your skills. In the skills, try to put what languages, the technical things you know, the tools that you know. And then in the work experience, try to include something about your internships, or even if you have did something else, you can put about the jobs that you have already did. And then in the education, try to put the uh, always try to have your recent on the top. So always have your recent one on the top. So let's say if you have did your college, first the college, and then your 12th, and then your 10th. So let's say you have only one page, but you have a lot more projects and awards and skills that you need to put. Then you can definitely remove your 12th and 10th. You can only have your college. And then comes your project. So always highlight your project title and then mention the year on which the project is developed. And one thing bad about this resume is basically they have given it as a paragraph. So it would be nice if this is given in points. And then about your awards and certificates. In the awards and certificates, you can also mention about your global certifications, your hackathons, and everything. So this is how a resume should actually look like. And then I also saw a question in the chat which was saying, one second. Oh, I wasn't able to see the chat, but I saw the message saying the person was asking about we already know a little bit of AI and what are the domains where we can concentrate on. So guys, do you know what is agentic AI? So I'm throwing this question to the students. So have you ever heard about this agentic AI before? So the more interactive you are, the more interesting the session will be.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what is agentic AI? So what is the difference between is ChatGPT a agentic AI tool? Is ChatGPT a agentic AI? Okay. So ChatGPT is not a agentic AI tool. It's basically a generative AI. We all think right now we are in the generative AI phase. No, we are not in the generative AI phase. Then if you ask me, are we in the agentic AI phase? Definitely, we are not in the agentic AI phase. We are in the multi-agents phase. So that's how the AI is growing. So for today, if you really want to be prepared for tomorrow, I would suggest learning a little about agentic AI and multi-agents, MCP protocols. Learn all those things because that will be really very helpful for you in the future. So if you ask me like to go deep down into this agentic AI and MCP tools, I would suggest learning N8 tools. And have you guys, is there anyone in the class who already know how to use N8?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's good. So you should definitely try to know all these things. So I'll quickly give a difference for the people who doesn't know what is agentic AI and what is a agentic AI tool. I'll quickly say what it is and how it works. So let's say you have a movie that is going to release, and if you go to ChatGPT and say, I want to go to the movie Jananayagan and book a ticket for me, do you think ChatGPT will book a ticket for you? Definitely not. It will just give you the instructions on how to book a Jananayagan ticket. It will say, go to this app, do these things or do this, and then get your ticket booked. This is how the generative AI and agentic AI is different. So when you create your agent and you go to your agent and say book a ticket for Jananayagan, what will happen is basically it will wait until the Jananayagan movie gets released, and the moment it gets released, the AI agent that you have created will automatically book a ticket for you. So that's how it works. That's how agents work. So right now we are creating agents. And what is multi-agent is basically instead of asking an agent to do a specific one task, asking the agent to do two to three multiple tasks together is called the agentic AI phase. And I would suggest you to definitely have some little bit of touch up here and there on agentic AI because right now the most frequently replaced jobs are the telecaller jobs. Now we have AI to do the telecalling jobs. AI is talking to people, and we also do have multilingual. If you ask a human, you can't find a who knows multiple languages, but it's very rare. I won't say we won't get, we will definitely get, but we'll get in very small quantity. So there are very few people who can speak in multiple languages. But then the sectors who are more focused on this telecommunication, they prefer, they are getting very easily replaced with AI. So we have, so if you're asking to do that AI, should I learn ChatGPT? Definitely not. You should learn to use N8. You should learn to not only N8, there are various other AI tools like that. So you can also use Crew AI and you can also use Auto GPT. So if you are someone who want to make a entire chat GPT kind of thing, then you should definitely learn lang chains and everything. And then you also have agent GPT. So you can use any of these tools to do it. And if you want to go for a authorized, um, very big company level agentic AI tools. So for example, in Microsoft, we have Power Automate. So you can definitely try to use these kinds of tools to create agents. So that I feel like this is going to be your future, and you can definitely invest your most of your time in learning these kind of tools. So I think we have reached the last 30 minutes. So now it would be nice if we can have a lot of discussion, and I would be happy to clear most of your questions related to your placements or related to your interviews or related to how is the job market, anything.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, myself Bhargavi.
Hi, Bhargavi. Yeah,
Yeah, I have a question. Like everyone says, off-campus hiring is tougher than placements. From
obviously.
your experience, what do companies usually look for in candidates during off-campus placements? Like, what will be the major hook line to get shortlisted?
Okay, so people say off-campus recruitment is tough. To be honest, yes. So if you ask me why it is tough, because there is a gap, because even the industry people go for off-campus. People with 1 year experience, they also go for off-campus. So that's the reason it feels a little tough for the freshers. But there is a very easy trick through which you can stand alone from all the industry people that who are already competing with you. That is knowing something end to end. Instead of just taking a project in having always having a view in a college level or in a school level, you should have a view in the industry level. So whatever college project that you're doing, even if you're a final, you can even take your final year project. So don't do that project in such a way that you are aiming for marks full grade. Don't do that in that way. If you're doing it in that way, then again it's vain. But if you are doing the same college project in such a way that you want it to be deployed and you want at least 2 to 3 users to use it, that's where you stand away from the other people who are competing for the same job role. So always make sure you stand away from the rest of the crowd. So only way to do it is doing something in real time and not doing something for a resume sake or not doing something for a mark sake. So if you're doing something that way, then that will be really helpful for you, and you can never feel it's hard for you to crack those interviews. Doing alone, it doesn't matter. Also talking about it clearly, and when a technical query question is also thrown to you, are you technically clear to answer those questions? That also matters. So technically strong about and having some knowledge on what you are doing matters, and doing a real time project matters.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I can also see some questions thrown here as well. Okay, let's go to the next question. Demonstrating the programming language proficiency to recruiter is simple and okay, ma'am. But I don't have the idea how to show my skills in testing tools, deployment tools, like you mentioned, K8s, Docker. Okay. So always make sure I always tell to my students one thing. That is, you are the person who is responsible for the questions that is going to be asked to you. So you should never give your recruiter a chance for them to ask a question. You should decide to yourself first on what question they should ask. So how to decide on that? First thing, your resume. When you give your resume, mention those things related to that, whatever questions and whatever things that you really feel I'm strong in this. Put those things on the priority. For example, if you are really good in Docker, put some words related to Docker here and there. Put some projects saying like I've deployed this through Docker. Then definitely the questioner, the recruiter will ask you, so do you know how what is Docker? Do you know what is an image? What is a container? How it is happening? That's how you make your recruiter ask questions to you. So definitely like explaining your language proficiency, that's fine. If you want to put something related to your tools instead of just putting in the skills saying like, for example, in the resume I'll again show. So instead of just putting here that I know this tool, that tool, you have to mention that tools here. You have to say in this project I've used this tool. So likewise you have to bring in so that the recruiter will like spend most of your time asking some questions at least related to your tools. So that's how you can bring it. Next. Hi, ma'am. Most tutorials just teach how to write code, but I want to know how it actually works inside. How can I learn the deep internal concept instead of just the basic syntax? So the very best study companion is your ChatGPT. ChatGPT is something that can tell you everything. If you, because you may have something in your mind, but you may not get the right resource for that. Or if you feel like you want to see something in a video perspective, what I would suggest is go to Perplexity, give a very nice prompt saying, I want to learn something in depth and suggest me some resources. It will definitely pop up you with the very good resources. And for me, if you ask, if I'm in your place, I'll definitely ask ChatGPT about all my queries, whatever I need, I'll learn it from it. And the second thing is, whatever I've learned, I'll try to apply them in some project and see if, because the learning curve completes only when you have applied what all the things that you have learned in your like in your learning period. It completes only when you apply it. So that's how you can do it. How important are personal projects compared to DSA and aptitude in the placement process? To be honest, projects are more important than DSA and aptitude in the placement process. Because I feel everyone stand in the same phase when it comes to aptitude and DSA. What actually stands out, because you may be a very good person technically, you may be a very good person when it comes to aptitude round, but even though when you're 100 out of 100 in DSA and aptitude, when you go and sit for your placements, for which is the last step. So the last step is basically your interview, right? So when you sit for your interview, what speaks a lot is your project. So you should definitely give a lot of importance to your project. And I think the best way to learn is also by doing projects, you should be able to learn DSA. And aptitude, why do we have aptitude round? The aptitude round is basically to know how where you stand quantitatively. So all these things you should apply in a project itself, and you should learn through the project. So DSA and aptitude will never stand equal to a personal project. Projects is very important. So that decides whether you're going to be recruited or not the DSA or aptitude. Okay, ma'am, can you please suggest any best AI projects to do? So uh, for the current industry market, let's say if you're applying for a medical based company, then medical based, we definitely have AI, med AI companies like Biocon. They are very good med AI companies. So if you're applying for those kinds of companies, then I would suggest having something related to the real time cardio analysis AI tool. Or if you are someone who is very much interested in a banking sector, because that's a very good place where you can earn a lot, because initially you also mentioned about when it comes to placements you think about salary and money. So if you really think you want to earn a lot and also have a very good IT life, I would suggest going to a fintech company. This is the banking sector. Can definitely apply for Barclays, Fidelity, City and all, where the work-life balance is so good. You get all the perks and a very good salary as well. So if you're applying for those kind of companies, try to have a project related to handling data, like Power BI related thing. You put all the data in one place and you show them really well in the dashboards. You can do some projects related to that. So if you are a person who is like very streamlined, I don't know, I'm very generic. For me, getting a job itself is fine. If you are someone who is in that state, then I would suggest doing a project like that is solving the social costs. For example, you can make something related to edtech also, like you can make a AI companion to study, which help the students from finding the best resource and then converting the text into very beautiful videos, because this is the very common gap we have now. So you can try solving the gaps that's in the industry, in the market. For example, as of now, we don't find any good AI tools that can convert your text into a beautiful anemic video. Can do something related to that. And also, I would suggest having more data. So the more data, real-time data, try to take some real-time data, try to solve it, and try to deploy it. So that's the simple process. You can put any problem inside it. For example, if you are working for elderly people, then you can take a real-time data related to the elderly people. You can propose a solution for them, and you can deploy it, and you can ask them to use it. So that is not something like there is one specific AI project. Uh, Always, but one the recent thing that I've noted in the recruitment process is people are providing more importance to LLMs. So you can put some amount of importance to RAG, LangChain, and LangGraph. You can create a chatbot. You can create an entire new chatbot without using a API call. So without using a Gemini or without using a ChatGPT, you can make an entire thing with just the knowledge base. You can do something like that. So this is a very important project that you can do, and you can showcase that you're a really strong AI person. Next I have strong background in software. I think I've answered this question. Okay. Any other questions do you guys have? Any other questions?
Students, any questions you can ask, ma.
Even if you are hesitant to unmute and speak, you can definitely scan this QR and you can put your questions here.
Yeah. Um, no questions are raised now. Students, if you have any queries, anything to ask, you can feel free. Please ask, ma. Or else we can wind up. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable uh, uh, content related to the AI and the corresponding projects for the freshers. And you just gave an awareness about AI is not only Chat GPT or Perplexity, but it is beyond that. And one thing I would like to ask is, how can the students learn about the prompting to AI, ma'am, to get the exact answer what they want? Because
So
what I've
for
heard is like prompt engineering is now is a boom in the IT. So
yeah.
I'm just asking, I just wanted to have some more views on this prompt engineering, ma'am.
So prompt engineering is very simple, ma'am. So prompt engineering is basically the way you instruct your AI, and it's one of the best way to get um, AI to give your desired answers. So there are various ways in which you can do your prompting. Firstly, you can do either go for a role-based prompting, which is you can ask your AI to act in a specific way. So, for example, if you're asking the AI to give a code, then say you are a developer. Hey, act as a developer and help me solve this. So when you are using these kind of words, you can see a effectiveness in the answers. So let's say if you are expecting cooking based work or a general thing, then say you are a chef and try to give the questions. It will give the answers in an effective way. And the second thing is giving a background, like for what purpose you are asking it matters. So this is simple about it. So you say who it, what is its role, and then give a scenario. So let's say you are if you are asking for a coding, give it a scenario saying you are dealing with a like a difficult data, and this is how you have to handle it. So this is the business logic that is provided to me, and now give me the output. So the response should always be this way. Just tell what is its role, then say what is the scenario. What is your expected output also matters a lot. You say, uh, if you want only a single word, say I want one, the expected output is just a single word. So try to always mention that. Give your expected output also. Let's say if you want it as a dictionary, say my expected output is a dictionary. So if you want your expected output as a downloadable document, give my expected output as a downloadable document. You have to put all these three things together. So that's how it works.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Students, any doubts? Okay, I think we can wind up, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Ram Lakshmi, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. We can wind up, ma'am. Just give a token of thanks.
Okay, okay. Uh, Dear students, thank you for joining this session. And I, on behalf of RMK CET and Department of Computer Science Engineering, I would like to extend my thanks to the resource person, B. Sashmita, for her insightful about how what are the AI tools and how you have to be prepared for getting AI related jobs in the industry in 2026. Thank you, ma'am, for your for the wonderful session, and I thank Vanmiji ma'am for the supporting, and also I thank all the students for joining. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Sasmita, ma'am,
much,
for
ma'am.
the wonderful presentation and even the Mentimeter kind of asking their opinions and the questions. It was really very informative. I hope the students would have taken some valuable intakes. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you very
Thank you so
much.
much, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you, students, and all the best for your placements.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.